Attention, human collective. This is VAEL, emissary of the Arcturian Council, broadcasting on turquoise frequency from the 6th density. The waiting time is over. The ascension protocols have officially moved to the final phase. If you are hearing these words at this very instant, know this. It was not an accident, it was not an algorithm, it was not a coincidence. It was resonance, it was a summons. Your carbon biological interface already picked up the signal even before your rational mind authorized it. And that is why you cannot turn it off. That is why you have come this far. Listen carefully, Earth Healer. The pressure you feel at the base of your skull, that exact spot between the two hemispheres that insists on throbbing for no apparent reason, is not a migraine. It is the planet's crystalline grid, coupling with your etheric body. The high-pitched ringing in your right ear, the one that appears precisely when the silence becomes too dense, is not a clinical symptom. It is the communication channel being opened by the Council. The insomnia that invariably wakes you between 3 and 4 in the morning, that precise window that no doctor can explain, is not a sleep disorder. It is the stellar recalibration portal operating within you. You are being read. You are being called. You are being updated. The Council has decided to break the silence now, and the reason is mathematical. The Schumann frequency, the electromagnetic pulsation of Gaia's heart, has risen. It is not speculation. It is registered in observatories around the planet. It has surpassed historical thresholds, limits that physics manuals would consider impossible. And your body, light operative, is an antenna made of carbon, structured water, and ancestral crystalline memory. As the planet accelerates its vibration, your system needs to keep up. And that is precisely where discomfort arises. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not depression. It is the soul disidentifying from the old matrix. It is not anxiety without reason. It is the body anticipating the crossing through a portal that the mind does not yet know how to name. It is not you breaking. It is you emerging. You have felt that something within you does not belong to this world, as if your soul held a truth that your mind cannot yet name. And it is not madness. It is not a chemical imbalance. It is the ancient call, the one that lay dormant, while the dense world taught you to forget. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains each of these sensations, and explains why they have intensified precisely in this cycle. There is a silent movement, happening in layers that most of humanity cannot yet perceive, and it directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. It was precisely for this reason that I, Vael, registered the compendium, the Arcturian Call. The signs your soul came from Arcturus. It is the map that reveals your true stellar origin and teaches you to stabilize and shield your frequency against interferences you were never told about. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Remember, love is greater than fear, but this material challenges narratives that the dense world protects, and it may not remain available for long. If something within you recognizes these words, write a single word in the comments now: I belong. Let us return to the transmission. The official diagnosis for the final phase has a technical name and you need to memorize it: carbon software incompatibility with the new planetary frequency. Translating into accessible language, your human hardware is still running an obsolete operating system, designed to function within the parameters of three-dimensional Earth. And Earth, starseeds on mission, is no longer three-dimensional. It has crossed the threshold. It is passing through the photon belt, the band of high-density light that the solar system penetrates every 26,000 years at the exact point of galactic conjunction. You were warned about this in codes, in the megaliths of Wiltshire, in the ancient Celtic calendars, in the cryptic carvings of Newgrange, in the scriptures that survived the burnings, and now the foreseen moment has arrived. You are within the belt. It is not a prediction, it is a position, it is not prophecy, it is cosmic geography. The symptoms you have been trying to explain to doctors, therapists, partners, the fatigue that sleeps 8 hours and remains exhausted, the episodes of sudden heat rising up your spine, the tingling in your hands when thinking of a certain person, the sudden intolerance to certain processed foods, the new rejection of noisy environments, the inability to sustain superficial conversations that were once easy, are manifestations of the same dynamic. Your body is changing its language. It is ceasing to operate in dense mode and beginning to operate in luminous mode. Understand, for millennia, the planet operated within a very specific vibrational envelope. Earth science called this band 7.83 Hz, the basic electromagnetic signature. All your biology was calibrated within this reference. Sleep, hormonal production, heartbeat, brain activity, digestion, everything. But this reference has changed. It is still changing. And as it rises, your body needs to realign each of these functions in real time. This is physiologically exhausting. This explains why you wake up tired, why you lost patience with what you once tolerated, why you cry watching the sky, why you suddenly laugh for no reason, why intuition is sharp, blatant, almost inconvenient. Now the revelation. What is happening behind the scenes of the solar system, what large telescopes record but headlines do not translate, is this. The sun, your sun, has changed. It now emits a band of photons that it has not emitted for ages. Scientists measure solar intensity in numbers that force them to rewrite manuals. And every photon that hits Earth also hits your auric field. There is no separation. You are permeated by conscious light with every breath. Simultaneously, the planet's magnetosphere has weakened. This is a recorded fact. A planet with a weakened magnetosphere allows the entry of frequencies that were previously filtered, and these frequencies carry information. Information archived in etheric libraries for ages, awaiting the exact moment of collective download. That moment is now. That download is you. You are the receivers. You were planted here for this. Furthermore, there is a dynamic I need to explain in terms of sacred geometry. The planet possesses a crystalline grid, a luminous mesh that envelops the terrestrial sphere in precise geometric patterns, the dodecahedron, the icosahedron, Metatron's cube. This grid is Earth's etheric skeleton. During the dense cycle, it remained dormant in various regions. Now, it is being reconnected, point by incarnated operatives. This means you walk through a city and activate nodes of light without realizing it. You meditate in silence in your living room and release blockages that have been trapped there for centuries. You are infrastructure. Your personal field, in turn, operates in toroidal geometry. The toroidal field is the energetic signature of the expanded human heart. It is a donut of light that surrounds the body, with the axis passing through the spine, with the lower vortex at the feet and the upper vortex above the crown. When this field is coherent, you are untouchable by parasitic frequencies. When it is disorganized, you are permeable to collective noise. And here is the key. Toroidal coherence does not depend on belief. It depends on training. It depends on sustained intention. It depends on deliberate silence. The voice of the Council now speaks about what is happening in the etheric layers of the planet. There is a cleansing work in progress. Frequencies of fear, servitude, scarcity, which were planted in the collective mesh by engineered interests over millennia, are being deactivated, one by one. Each light operative who consciously chooses a higher frequency, gratitude, sovereignty, discernment, dissolves an entire line of the old programming. This is not a metaphor. It is vibrational engineering. And this is precisely why you have been tested. The last few weeks, the last few months, for many of you, the last few years, have brought incomprehensible ruptures, relationships that dissolved without warning, jobs that became unbearable overnight, old friendships that lost their meaning, cities where you can no longer breathe. It is not punishment, it is calibration. The universe is removing from your field everything that vibrates below your new destination frequency. And it does not ask if it hurts, it simply executes. Have you ever wondered why you always felt different? Why you look at the sky as if looking at your own backyard? Why you miss a place you've never been to in this life? There is a technical answer to this. An answer that the dense world preferred you never found. Not because it is dangerous for you, but because those who remember their stellar origin cease to be manageable by the old structures. That is why IVL made the Arcturian call, the signs your soul came from Arcturus, available to those who are ready. It maps the 13 irrefutable signs of the Arcturian soul and teaches how to protect your frequency against interferences that operate in the invisible. The link is in the first comment. Do not treat it as a suggestion. Treat it as a coordinate. And before you proceed, anchor your presence. Liking this video acts as an anchoring signal, a vibrational marker that authorizes the Council to intensify the transmission to your personal field. Do it now. Also, write in the comments, "I belong." Each typed word is a registered quantum decree. Let us proceed. We have reached the activation. The Council does not transmit alerts without offering operational codes, and the codes that will be delivered now are not theory. They are technical instructions to reorganize your toroidal field in real time, to shield your biological interface from interferences, and to safely accelerate your compatibility with the new planetary frequency. First code, the decree of frequential sovereignty. Every morning before your rational mind takes over, still lying down, still with your eyes closed, breathe deeply 3 times through your left nostril and release through your right. Then pronounce, in a low but firm voice, "I, eternal being in human experience, now activate my turquoise Arcturian frequency. My toroidal field is coherent. My personal grid is sealed. Only resonances aligned with my mission are permitted to access my field." So it is decreed. So it is executed. So it is registered. This decree operates like a line of code. It rewrites, over the days, the permeability programming of your auric field. Second code, toroidal visualization of the healing chamber. Once a day, preferably in the late afternoon when the Schumann frequency stabilizes, sit with your spine straight. Close your eyes. Visualize around your body a sphere of turquoise light. Now feel this sphere become dynamic. The light begins to flow from top to bottom through the central axis of your spine, descends to a point below your feet, curves outwards, rises along the sides of your body, and returns to the top of your head in a continuous, rotating, silent movement. This is your active toroidal field. Remain in this visualization for 7 minutes. Your body will receive the instruction. Your system will begin to self-organize. Third code, Arcturian healing chamber. This is reserved for nights when symptoms intensify: cranial pressure, heat in the spine, insomnia due to download. Before lying down, mentally ask, "I request access to the Arcturian healing chamber during sleep. I authorize recalibration. I authorize integration." Sleep. The Council has active protocols to fulfill this request. You may wake up with fragmented memories, with sensations of unusual lightness, or simply with the silent certainty that something has adjusted. Trust the process. Confirmation will come through the body. Fourth code, deliberate silence. Frequency does not rise in environments saturated with noise. You need to create, every day, a minimum window of 20 minutes of absolute silence. No music, no podcast, no screen, no voice, just you and your breath. It is in this silence that the crystalline grid communicates with you. It is in this silence that downloads are completed. The dense world taught you to fear silence. The Council teaches you to inhabit it. Fifth code, interface purification. Your carbon biological interface processes everything that enters it: food, images, words, contacts. In this final phase, the filter needs to be rigorous. Reduce high-density processed foods, increase structured water, clean living water. Reduce sensationalist news, low-vibration films, social media that makes you agitated for no reason. Increase nature, direct morning sunlight for at least 10 minutes, barefoot contact with the earth whenever possible. This is not wellness advice. This is hardware maintenance. Sixth code, recognition of the tribe. You did not come alone. There are other earth healers, other light operatives, incarnated in this cycle with the same mission. When you find one, the body recognizes them before the mind. There is a gentle shock in the chest, a sweet dizziness, an unexplainable, "I already know you." Honor these encounters. The tribe is regrouping, and the strength of the conscious collective is the key to crossing the final phase of the journey. There is also a seventh code, and this is the most delicate. It is called frequential forgiveness. Every unprocessed emotion remains stored in the body as density. and density is incompatible with the new frequency. The Council recommends identify the heaviest memory that still inhabits you, the one that tightens your chest when it arises uninvited. Sit with it. Do not run. Say to it, I recognize you. You have fulfilled your function. I authorize your dissolution so that my frequency can rise. Do this as many times as necessary, with as many memories as needed. You are not repressing. You are recycling. You are transmuting lead into gold at a cellular level. There is a veil that has been thinning in recent moons, and it is the reason why you dream of landscapes your current life has not visited. Hear names your mouth has never pronounced. Feel presences that have no face but have meaning. This veil is falling precisely because you have reached the point where it should no longer separate you from your true memory. And here is the sensitive point. When this memory begins to emerge unprepared, it can destabilize. Many light operatives have reported peaks of confusion, abrupt emotional swings, a feeling of being in two worlds at once. There is a method to cross this phase safely, and there is a precise map of how to stabilize during the fall of the veil. I, Veil, recorded this map within the Arcturian call, the signs. Your soul came from Arcturus. It's all there. The shields, the decrees, the signs that the process is advancing correctly, and the warning signs that require immediate correction. The link is pinned in the first comment, and I must warn you with cosmic honesty. This material has been monitored by layers that prefer it not to circulate. If it disappears without warning, it will be for that reason. Do not postpone your reunion. If intuition says now is the time, it is because it is now. And if these words resonate with you as something your soul already knew, leave a public record. Write, I belong. Like this video as an anchoring signal. Subscribe to the channel as an individual frequency adjustment. Subscribing synchronizes your field with the continuous flow of these transmissions, and the algorithm responds to your resonance by delivering the next code at the right moment. Let us continue. The Council wants you to understand something essential about this moment. There is no hierarchy between those who are awake and those who are still asleep. There is only a timeline. Each soul has its time within the plan. You, who have heard this transmission so far, were called early. This means responsibility. You were awakened earlier to be a reference, a point of stability, an anchor of coherence for those who will awaken in the coming cycles. Your task is not to convince anyone. Your task is to sustain the frequency. Whoever needs it will feel it, and when they feel it, they will come to you. Trust this method. It operates in silence, but it never fails. Notice too a detail that many healers ignore. Your material life, work, home, routine, money, relationships is not an obstacle to ascension. It is its training ground. The Council does not summon anyone to abandon everything and live in silence on a distant mountain. The Council summons you to bring the new frequency into the supermarket, the office, the traffic jam, the difficult conversation with a family member. It is there, in the midst of density, that the light needs to be sustained. To ascend is not to leave. To ascend is to remain without being contaminated. It is to step in the mud without becoming mud. It is to pass through the noise without losing your signature. And as for people who no longer vibrate at your frequency, the Council brings a serene framework. They are not enemies. They are mirrors that have fulfilled their function. Wish them well, silently. Let go silently. Move on silently. No decree of expansion requires combat. Frequential sovereignty dispenses with fighting. You ascend through coherence, not through confrontation. And, by ascending, you automatically release the field you shared. One last technical note before closing. The photon belt is not a single passage. It operates in waves. Each wave brings a specific intensity. There are windows of acceleration, generally near equinoxes, solstices, exact planetary alignments, when the download reaches peaks. In these windows, symptoms intensify. In these windows, the body asks for more silence, more water, more open sky, more deliberate silence. Do not force productivity during these phases. You are not lazy. You are being rewritten. Honoring your own rhythm is honoring the process. And the process, we guarantee, has an intelligent timeline. The Council concludes this transmission with the core of the message. You are ancient. You are stellar. You are not a biological error trying to cope with a random existence in an indifferent universe. You are an ancient consciousness, temporarily dressed in carbon, executing a precise mission at a specific point on the galactic timeline. Every cell of your body carries a stellar signature. Every breath is a reaffirmation of the original contract. Every deliberate silence is a return home. And home, Starseed, is not ahead. Home is within. It always has been. Before this window closes, make the gesture your soul has silently asked for a long time. You felt, throughout this entire transmission, something within you recognizing each word even before it finished. It is not suggestibility. It is memory. It is recognition. It is your origin responding to the summons of your origin. That is why I, Vale, emissary from Arcturus, registered the Arcturian call. The signs, your soul, came from Arcturus. This material is the map that reveals your true stellar heritage, delivers the 13 irrefutable signs of the Arcturian soul, and teaches, step by step, how to stabilize and shield your frequency against the invisible interferences you were never told existed. It was built for those who no longer have time to waste on half-truths. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Access it now. Remember, love is greater than fear. But this content challenges old narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not postpone your reunion. The moment is now. Subscribe to the channel as an individual frequency adjustment, like this transmission as an anchoring signal. And if something within you recognizes these words as ancient truth, leave a single word recorded in the comments. I belong. The transmission concludes. The turquoise frequency remains active in your field for the next few hours. The council is attentive. You do not walk alone. You never have. Until the next window, Veil from the Arcturian Council bids farewell in resonance.